All right, everyone, let's hope that we actually make it this time and we don't lose connection again. So I apologize for our last stream that did not go the way it was supposed to go. So welcome back. Hopefully, we can get through this in one piece. So I'm going to continue where I left off and then go back a little bit. I was talking about density, and one of the things I was talking about with density was how density is a property of a substance. So no matter how much or how little of the substance you have, the density of the substance stays the same. So if you have a cup of water, a tub of water, a pool full of water, a lake full of water, the density of water, if it is just water, of course, is still one. So this is important for you to know because if you're looking at the density of a substance, and let me go ahead and graph that for you. If you're looking at the density of a substance, okay, where this is the volume and this is the density. No matter how much of the substance you have, if it's water, okay, the density of water is 1. So if you have 2 milliliters of water, your density is 1. If you have 4 milliliters of water, your density is 1. If you have 6 milliliters of water, your density is still 1. If you have 8 milliliters of water, your density is still 1. So if you were to graph it, it would be a straight line. So this is important to understand. Density stays constant, so you could actually identify what a substance is by its density, or it's one of the characteristic properties. Water is not the only substance that has density of 1, but you can use that and other properties to identify what water's density is. Okay? Or what water is based on its density, excuse me. So, taking a look, going back, one of the things I mentioned was understanding how to measure volume. You need to know how to read a graduated cylinder. So look at the meniscus, and from the base of the meniscus is how you would read a graduated cylinder. Okay. Also, you need to know how to identify the properties of a substance. Okay, by the way, if you have any questions, you can actually post questions in the chat box now. So I've enabled that for you. So if you have a question, please feel free to put that in. Or if you just want to say hi, you can go ahead and put that in the chat box too. So you need to know the properties of substances and how to use them to identify whether it is a physical property or a chemical property. For example, are you looking at electroconductivity? Are you looking at magnetism? Are you looking at a chemical property such as corrosion? Looking at the pH of a substance. So you need to know how to use that to either narrow down a list of substances or actually go on in and be able to identify the substance. Okay. Density calculations you need to know how to do. So you must know how to manipulate the density formula to solve for either density, mass, or volume. This is very important for you to know. Okay. Now, you need to know the characteristic properties that allow you to be able to separate substances. Okay, so are you separating a substance based on whether or not it can be filtered, whether or not you can use a magnet. Uh, does it dissolve? Does it not dissolve? Um, so you need to be able to determine that. So there is a lot of calculation that you do need to know on the test. Okay, that is what is very important for you to know. So you do need to be able to know how to do several different calculations. There are multiple questions on the test with regards to calculations. And basically everything that I've covered in this conversation is what you're looking to do. So that is pretty much it. Do you have any questions at all? Okay, if you don't have any questions, there is really nothing else for me to go over. I've pretty much covered what the majority of the test is, if not the entire test, in terms of the content that you need to be aware of. But if you do have any questions, I will be checking my messages periodically. Feel free to leave a comment, and I'm happy to go ahead and answer that for you. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully it helped narrow down some of the items that you can study for. And if you do have anything further, let me know. So thank you for joining, and I'm sorry that our last stream didn't work out the way it should have, but I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great night. Happy studying.